All right. Looks like it's working. Hopefully. This here. All right. There we go. Looks good. All right. A few things to try. Probably start with this while it's cold. Yeah. Right. So I picked this up from Five Below today. You know, right now it's discounted Halloween stuff, which is cool. This was $1.50. So it's La Colombe, however you pronounce that. Coffee Workshop, limited edition draft latte, pumpkin spice, cold brew with milk. And frothy and creamy. 9 fluid ounces, 266 milliliters, 120 calories, 100 milligrams of caffeine. Oh, that's quite a bit. Do not shake. Good to know. All right. Yeah, 120 calories, 3.5 grams of total fat, 2 grams of saturated fat. Let's see. Can barely read it. 15 milligrams of cholesterol, 180 milligrams of sodium, and what's that say? 18 total carbohydrates, 18 grams. It's 11 grams of total sugars, 6 grams of protein, 220 milligrams of calcium, 390 milligrams of potassium. Yeah. Let's see what else we've got here. Ingredients: reduced fat, milk, coffee, water coffee, cane sugar, pumpkin puree. That's nice that it has actual pumpkin. Contains less than 1% of the following: acacia gum, however you pronounce that. ACACIA. Aka. I don't know. Gelatin, gum, lactase, natural flavors, nitrous oxide. So the nitrous oxide is usually in the nitro cold brew stuff. So this doesn't specifically say nitro anything, but it calls it draft. So it's going to be kind of frothy. Disodium phosphate and trisodium phosphate. This company is from Philadelphia. Yeah. Good source of natural protein in every can. Frothy and creamy. Cafe taste and texture. It's amazing. In case you want to look it up. Like I said, this was $1.50 discounted at Five Below. Normally $3. But it's seasonal, so they had it discounted. Some type of QR code. out. I think that's good. It is Best by March 16, 2026. So it's definitely fine. All right, let's pop it open. Got my trusty cup. Cool. Kind of concerned to pour this over my keyboard, so let's try to. It's probably good for now. Yeah, I can see pieces of orange something. Like actually more yellow than orange. Smells some coffee. It's got kind of that slight car tire smell. Slightly sweet. See the foam starting to show up. It's not a massive amount of the nitrous oxide. Doesn't smell too bad. You can see the legs or whatever they call it with alcohol. Do a zoom in. Trusty Sigma 18 to 50 millimeter. You can see that little yellow orange piece. I'm gonna assume that's pumpkin because it does have actual pumpkin puree in here. All right, let's try it out. This is the Latte Colombe. I don't know how to pronounce that. Colombe. Draft latte and pumpkin spice. Cold brew with milk and nitrous oxide. Pretty sweet. It is smooth. The coffee is noticeable. It's not like exceptionally prominent. I'm honestly not sure about the pumpkin and the spice, but I've probably had this brand before. I've probably done a recording or two. I don't know if I've ever edited those, but I don't honestly at this point I don't remember anything about it. Do I taste pumpkin? I get this weird thing in the back of my throat when I drink it, because maybe it's like particulates of. Or it could be the nitrous oxide. Other than that, it's pleasant. I generally like the flavor of it. It's a mix of coffee and milk. I wouldn't say that the pumpkin is very prominent, which is fine. Maybe it's there, I just don't recognize it comparatively to their normal stuff, I guess. I don't know about the spice, honestly. Let me try to mix this, like spin it around a little bit. Yeah, I guess that flavor in there is the pumpkin spice, but to me it just tastes like a coffee latte thing with the nitrous oxide. What's up? Got this at Five Below for 50% off. To me, it just tastes like a coffee latte thing with nitrous oxide, but I guess there probably is some pumpkin spice stuff. It does say it has pumpkin puree, but I would have to compare it, and I don't have the normal type. It is fine. I like it. It's all good, but I'm sure it's going to be difficult to find coming up. Saw it at Dollar Tree. Okay. That's that would have been a little bit cheaper. $1.25 instead of $1.50. Maybe have to. It's not bad. I have to get another one. Tea in there. Whoops. Got one more thing to try. Had these before too. This was half off as well, so instead of $5, $2.50. Basically Welch's fruit snacks, but in seasonal shapes. 26 pouches. Whole fruit. I think Welch's is probably my favorite of the large companies. Just texture, taste-wise. There's a mask on the back. Halloween mask fun. Children should seek assistance. Cool branding. I like it. Box. I did see these were available on Amazon at the moment, but I would assume they're no longer in production for the year, so they probably won't last too long. Actually, I was going to post a link in my Twitch version of this. Forgot to do that. Autism snacks. Did I say that? I like fruit snacks. I mean, if I have that, I wouldn't be shocked. But whatever I have is not the traditional type. In case I'm doing multi-streaming, so I'm responding to different. I'm responding to the Twitch chat if I see some people on YouTube. All right. Whoops. Just posting a link. Slash pin. Whoops. Pim, not pin. Pin, not pim. Manual. I still need to figure out some solution for multi-stream chat. I think I might get a super cheap tablet or something. Because I have a little screen, but it is very small. And then I've got the two different chats on there. But they're pretty small. Oops. All right. Minimize those. Let's take a look at the nutrition facts. It's at 26 servings per container in this case. This is 0.5 ounce, 14 gram per serving. The entire thing is 13 ounces, 369 grams. Like I said, one pouch is 14 grams, 45 calories, 10 milligrams of sodium, 6 total grams of sugar, 10 total carbohydrates. And it's also got vitamin A, 140 mcg, vitamin C, 14 milligrams, and vitamin E, 2.3 milligrams. Ingredients, fruit, man, if I could pronounce words. Ingredients, fruit puree, which is grape, peach, orange, strawberry, and raspberry. Corn syrup, sugar, modified cornstarch, gelatin. So assuming it has gelatin in here, or I mean, assuming gelatin is specifically like from animals, it's not going to be a thing for people that are vegan. Concord grape juice from concentrate, citric acid, lactic acid, natural and artificial flavors, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, alpha tocopherol, acetate, vitamin E, vitamin A, sodium citrate, coconut oil, carnauba wax, however you pronounce that, annatto for color, turmeric, red 40 and blue 1. So it has red 40, blue 1, has artificial colors, but then it also has that turmeric and annatto, whatever that is. It's probably from a bug or something. Who knows? Yeah, so it's got strawberry, peach, grape, and orange, and raspberry. And those correspond to actual fruit puree. Grape, peach, orange, strawberry, raspberry. So it's legitimate. All right. Pop these open. Manufacturing. There it is. Now these are small pouches. No wonder it's 45 calories. Usually when you buy these at the store, just straight up, they're going to be like 100 calories or maybe 70 per. So these are designed to be like giveaways or whatever. There it is. All the same information. It's a pin bread. So it looks like they are in New Jersey. I would assume that's where they're made. All right. Pour these onto a... So there is so many flavors in here that I don't know if you would always get an example of every type. So I see red, orange, some type of dark color, There's two different types of orange. I'm gonna open another one. See if there's any missing. Nope. Let's align these. Is this neurodivergent to align my fruit snacks? Or just doing it in general? There they are. So in this case, you have some fun differences compared to the standard Welch's, which I do like. I'm a fan of their brands, especially compared to, what's the other big one? Mott's or whatever it is. I really don't like those. These ones are good, usually. So we've got a bat, got some pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, bats. I just said bat. There's an orange ghost, a witch in red, and then some type of crown or something. Let's see. Oh, it's a cat. It's a house, like a castle or a haunted house. And the pumpkins are supposed to be yellow, according to the box, but they're more orange than yellow. It's probably the turmeric colored ones. And then the red 40 blue one is probably the black, kind of black and the red combo, maybe. Anyways, that's pretty cool. I like the difference. I had considered buying these earlier in the season, but hey, this is just as good and half the price. So let's try these out. Which one? I'll go for the pumpkin first. Little guy. This one's cute. I like that one. I could zoom in again. If I can hold my arm straight. There he is. Little dude. All right. Burst of flavor, very nice. I like the texture of these ones. They don't stick to your teeth nearly as bad as some of the other brands. So that was orange. Very nice. Let's go with the haunted house. It's supposed to be raspberry. It looks like a crown or something. Yeah, these are great because they do actually taste like actual fruit because they have actual fruit in them. And that's higher on the ingredients list. Fruit puree. Let's go for the bat. This is supposed to be grape. Yeah. Honestly, the only negative to me is that it has red 40 and blue 1. So it'll be nice if Welch's, if you're watching, take out the food coloring, put natural food coloring in there. You know, they do have the ANNACTO, whatever that is, for color, and turmeric, which is good. I don't know about the first one. I'd have to look it up. But turmeric is good. And then the red 40 blue 1. Let's go for the ghost. Is this supposed to be peach? It's hard to hold my hand steady enough for a decent view. Very nice. Now we've got the witch, which is supposed to be strawberry. Well, it looks a little bit more orange. I guess that's pretty red. It's kind of a side profile. Very nice. I like them. Yeah, if you see them next year, or you still see them locally, if you like fruit snacks, I think this is a nice brand. These are fun. They're a little bit different than the usual stuff. Very nice. Oh, and gluten-free. All right. Going to sign out of my food channel. Doing the streams is so much easier than trying to edit videos for that channel because it just takes so much time. And I didn't get a massive amount of viewership for what I had done in the past. A little bit here and there. I could actually look at that quickly just to show some examples. Assuming Twitch doesn't want to try to ban me for talking about it. They have a weird terms of service related to multi-streaming. But, I mean, I don't really get much viewership, so if they ban me, that's whatever. Take a quick look. Oh, I forgot to change the thumbnail. Whoops. Because it showed me my own live stream. Oh well. False advertising. The way that YouTube works with live streaming and stuff is that you can pre-game it. You start it, and you fill out the information, and you can either have it set to public or private, so it starts when you start pushing video frames to it. But also, you can fill out a bunch of information for the live stream, and one of them is thumbnail. So it didn't pull a thumbnail, or it saves the thumbnail consecutively, which is odd to me. Oops, I have the wrong window open. So, I mean, if you do the same thing over and over again, sure, that kind of makes sense. But I really wish they would just pull a frame from the live stream. But they don't do it, so who knows? I'm just going to change that real quick. Because I took a quick little photo with OBS, or a screen cap. But I forgot to swap it. Forgot to swap it. Oh, the file is bigger than 2 megabytes. That's also an irritating issue. Because when you take a screen cap in OBS, it saves it as a PNG file. And PNGs are generally pretty large for what they are. I wish I could just save a JPEG with OBS, but maybe there's some setting I could change. I kind of doubt it though. So what I need to do now is just resave it as a JPEG. I'll use the new version of Affinity, which is free. Close that. Oops. Switch to here. You can see some behind the scenes. In the Pixel one. So I'm not used to this. It's all different. I mean, it's fairly different. Where would they put filters? Here we go. So they put filters in here. Colors. Okay. Auto contrast, maybe? Let's change it a little bit. Just try to align things slightly. There we go. And I'm going to export this. And they've made everything more effort. Export JPEG medium quality. All right. Let's put that in here. Nice. Change. Whoops. Change pictures. There we go. Save. 30 minutes too late, but better than not changing it, because I would have changed it anyways at some point. Anyways, in recap, this latte, let me switch my other view here. This latte is pretty nice if you can find it locally. It's an interesting one. I didn't notice the pumpkin and the spice much, but I don't really have anything to compare it with. Maybe it's super prominent and I just don't realize it compared to their standard draft latte, whatever that is. But even so, it was enjoyable. The taste was fine to me. Good amount of sweetness. It wasn't like super overpowering. 120 calories for the container, which, I mean, I would have been fine had they made it even less sweet tasting, but it's okay. I'm going to be super hyped on caffeine because this has 100 milligrams. I think it's 100. Yeah. And then I'm also drinking. This is number 2 of that. So I'm going to be very caffeinated. Yeah. So if you see this around before it's gone, maybe check it out if you like this type of thing. Next would be this. I like Welch's. Like I said, I prefer this compared to some of the other large brands. The specific one that I can think of is Mott's. I don't like the Mott's ones because they're very sticky and they stick to your teeth. These ones don't really stick to your teeth, which is great. And they have a good amount of flavor. They use actual fruit puree in the ingredients. The negative to me is the food coloring. Some of the artificial food coloring it has. In this specific case, it has the red 40 blue one. But then the turmeric, as well as the ANNATTL. Let's look at that. Let's look that up before I end the YouTube stream. See what that is. ANN. Anato. Orange red condiment food coloring derived from the seeds of, okay, so it's from a tree. It's cool. Okay, this one seems fine. Yellow, red, orange colored foods. Slightly peppery with a hint of nutmeg. Interesting. Ah, that's where I sit. Okay. This is where I normally see it, is in cheese. They put it into cheese a lot. Yeah. Okay. The yellow and orange hues naturally vary throughout the year as the cows feed. Changes in the summer, fresh grass and natural carotene content. Orange tint. But I think they added. Okay. Cool. It was a safety thing. May cause allergic reactions in those that are sensitive to this specific thing. 1978 study, 61 participants. Wait. Patients, I can't read, with chronic hives really provoked by. So I guess there is some risk of allergy. Hmm. All right. Well, that's what it is. Yeah, that's where this is where I recognize it now. Cool. I'm gonna sign out. See ya. I'm still doing Twitch. I'm gonna just end the YouTube one. There we go.